You've seen it, I take it?
I have, Bowina said. Not that I were able to read a word of it, mind. Laz, he did say that it be written in the language of the ancients. Your language, that be.
It was written, then, in letters.
Be not all books written so?
They are, truly. Delandra smiled at her, but some also have pictures in them.
I never did see such, but then my sister wouldn't be allowing me to turn its pages, and no doubt she were right about that too. What little I did see did look to me much like the carvings on our walls.
The what?
Forgive me, Bowina smiled briefly. I do forget you've not seen Hainmarn. In the great hall, the walls, they be of wood, and there be carvings all over them, letters and such, I do suppose them to be. Laz, he did call some of them sigils, whatever those may be.
They're a particular type of sign, a mark that stands for the name of a thing or a place or such like. Delandra paused. Well, that'll do for an explanation, though it's not a very good one.
'Twill do for me, truly. But the book, it were such a magical thing. It does ache my heart that I had something to do with the losing of it.
No one's blaming you, Winnie. Try not to blame yourself. You're exhausted. You're mourning your betrothed, and every little thing's going to weigh upon you now. One of these days your mind will be clearer, and you'll be better able to judge what happened.
I'll hope that be true.
It is true. I lost a man I loved very much, and I thought at the time that I'd mourn him all my life. In time, I laid my mourning aside and found another love, so I know how you must feel.
You must, truly.
For the first time since Dwrgi's death, Bowina felt not hope, precisely, but a rational thought that one day hope would come.
My thanks for the telling of this.
You're most welcome. Delandra reached over and patted her on the shoulder. Now about the book, though. I'd like to know how large it was, how thick, how many pages.
As to the pages, well now, I be not sure of that. It were a great heavy thing.
Bowina stopped, struck by a sudden realisation.
At least, it were at first when Dwrgi did bring it to Hainmarn, but it did shrink.
It what?
I did carry it once on Hainmarn, and it were so heavy that there were a need on me to clasp it in both arms.
Bowina demonstrated by holding her empty arms out in front of her.
But when I did take it from the island, it did fit most happily in one of my saddlebags.
That's extremely interesting.
Laz did talk of guardian spirits. Think you they do have the power to change it? Oh, that sounds daft.
Not daft at all. That's exactly what I think must have happened. A person with very powerful Dweomer made that book. Delandra got up, stretching her back as if it pained her. My apologies, but I truly do have to go now. Your uncle should be here with your breakfast in a moment, but please, feel free to leave the tent. Come out whenever you're ready. This will be your first day in a Westfolk Alar, so everything's going to seem strange to you. But your other uncle, Ebani his name is, will be glad to introduce you around.
My thanks.
Bowina rose and joined her.
Be there any help I may give you?
Not needed. I have my apprentices. Delandra cocked her head to one side to listen. Ah, here's Mick now. She strode over and held the tent flap open. My thanks, Mick said as he ducked inside. He was carrying a basket in one hand and a pottery bowl in the other. Bread and soft cheese, Win. Bowina took the bowl from him. When she glanced around, Delandra had already gone, slipping out in silence. Delandra found Neb and Ranadario at work in the big tent that the Allah had allocated to its healers. Ranadario was explaining how to bandage a bad wound on the upper arm of one of the Kerr men, while Neb listened, his head cocked a little to one side, as if he were afraid that her words would evade him. Their patient, a beefy blonde fellow with the odd name of Hound, kept his eyes shut tight and panted in pain. The wound had cut deep into the side of his upper arm, missing the largest blood vessels, but severing muscles and tendons. Delandra doubted that he'd ever be able to use the arm properly again. Ranadario, Delandra said in Deverryan, did you give him willow water to drink?
I did, wise one, Ranadario said. This cut is healing so slowly, though.
Hound opened his eyes and stared at her. His breathing turned ragged, and Neb laid a hand on his unwounded shoulder to steady him.